People are depressed sometimes. People can be depressed all the time. Oh, but do you remember when America became depressed? Yeah, no you don't. We're talking about the Great Depression. So, in the beginning, America was feeling absolutely stunning during the Roaring Twenties. Businesses booming, people having parties and fun, Fitzgerald drinking away a loveless marriage. But things don't last more than 10 years. A couple factors causing the depression to spiral. For one, the stock market crash of October 1929. It crashed everything into the ground. The economy, people's hopes and dreams, me. People weren't quite ready for it since, they were quite literally having the time of their lives like a year prior. The stock Dow, don't ask me what a Dow is, fell about 30%. Very bad, actually awful, because now everyone's losing their jobs and their money, definitely contributing to the upcoming homeless problem that's going to happen. Anyways, if you weren't aware, no money means panic. So people start pulling money from stocks and from banks, leading to the big second cause for the depression, the banking crisis of the 1900s. People are legally robbing banks of all their money that might be the people's money, so they're just taking it back? I don't know. But the thing about taking money out of banks is that then they, don't have any money. And then their brothers don't have any money, and then everybody doesn't have any money. So they all eventually close. And a lot of them close during this time, around 11,000 of them, which is a big number. If you haven't noticed, why didn't you notice? That's really bad economically. All this leads to people hoarding what money they have left and hunkering down in fear. So people stop using money. Supply and demand can't happen if nobody's buying in the circle of life that is capitalism. So it's time to be depressed. In America, for 10 years, did I mention this period lasted around 10 years? So many people were in debt by now and going homeless because their houses were being taken, which is not stealing if it wasn't yours to begin with. By the beginning of the 1930s, approximately 6 million Americans would be unemployed. In the height of 1933, around 25% were jobless. Oh, to make matters worse, the Dust Bowl also happened at this time, so farmers also lost all their delicious crops, now no longer delicious. One could say they were depressed. Okay, no. Homeless shelters became the norm to see everywhere. Everything sucks now because everyone's broke. Banks are closed and broke. The rich are still kind of rich, but some are broke. Then reform stuff starts, beginning with the main man, Franklin Roosevelt, who I genuinely thought was Teddy Roosevelt until today. He's elected, and the first thing he does is start his New Deal shenanigans. This is when he said his very inspirational quote, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself," said to bring back people's confidence. Though I'd argue crocodiles are also very scary. The New Deal, a range of government programs to help temporarily recover the economy by employing some people again, regulations to the stock market, and a lot of other things like industry by industry codes and union things. And those help a lot. And the second New Deal deals helped too. But then, in the horizon, oh my goodness, it's World War II. And oh my, World War II was really bad, but sure was good for American economy. America funded like 40% of the stuff used in war, so a bunch of jobs were filled to create that stuff, and people are mostly employed again. Civilian jobs increased by 8 million workers, and armed forces went up by 11 million people. That's like me, times 11 million. The war and the American National Defense Program made the economy go back up, practically to new heights. And even after the war, quote, the new employment opportunities and higher incomes produced increased consumer spending and rising living standards. And things were getting better again. So, I want to eat ice cream and dip, because I'm done.